What is up, everybody? My name is Hello. Welcome back to the channel. We're solving Codeforces problems in Python. In today's episode, we're going to be solving problem 469A called I Wanna Be That Guy. It's a very simple problem, something about flags. It's an interesting problem as well. Let's read through the problem first and let's attempt to solve it, okay? So there is this game called I Wanna Be That Guy. Or I want to be the guy, sorry, consisting of n levels. Little x and his friend little y are addicted to the game. Each of them wants to pass the whole game. Now, little x can pass only up to p levels of the game, and little y can only pass q levels of the game. You're given the indices of levels little x can pass and the indices of levels little y can pass. Will little x and little y pass the game if they cooperate with each other? Okay. So what they're saying is there's a game, and then little x and little y are playing together, and they want to solve. There are n levels totally in the game, and we're going to get two arrays, I'm assuming. So one is where little x, the levels that little x can solve, and then the levels little y can solve. We need to figure out whether they can beat the game or not. So the input looks like follows. So you get the a single integer n, which tells you the number of levels there are there. Then the next n lines contains an integer p at first, then follows p distinct integers. Okay, so the next line contains an integer p at first, then follows p distinct integers. These integers denote the indices of levels x can pass. The next line contains the levels little y can pass in the same format. Is assume that the levels are numbered from 1 to n. So what that means is, so first line is going to be n, which is the number of levels. Second line is very interesting because the first letter of the second line signifies the number of characters in that particular list, followed by the list itself of what little x can beat. And then you get a q, which is the number of levels in the qth array. Okay. And then that would be the levels that little y can pass. So we need to figure out whether if this plus this, the union of those two sets will give you each level from 1 to n. In this case, it's going to be 4, right? So 4 is 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see that 1, 2, 3 little x can pass, 2 and 4 little y can pass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, both of them together can pass. Therefore, you output I become the guy. If not, output oh my keyboard without the codes, of course. So let's go ahead and see how we are going to be solving the problem. It's a very interesting problem, and it's a very easy problem as well, as I said, right? So let's take the second case, and it's going to be 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, if I'm not wrong, right? So this is a case where you can't solve for this. And then let's take another case as well where you can solve, in fact. So let's do 1, 2, 4, and then y can only solve one level, let's say, and he can solve level 3. Okay. So the idea here is to take this list, right? These are the actual values, not this, right? And then find out whether the union of both of this can get 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how do you go about solving that? In this case, obviously you can't get, therefore the answer is no. But here, when you look at the union, and if you try to join all of that, you get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, there are two different ways you can solve this problem. Okay. And one is using the concept of set. Okay. Set is a data structure in Python which only stores unique values. Okay. So now, if we create a set, and then iterate through both of these lists and add those values to the set, what will happen is initially 1 will go, then 2 will go, then 3 will go. When this 2 goes, 2 cannot be there twice. So let it be like that. And then 3 also cannot be there twice. So it'll just maintain these values. Okay. Now this will be the set. Now also you'll have something called a benchmark list. Okay. And that will be basically all numbers or all level numbers. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. In this case. Now you will compare whether to see this and this is equal. Obviously, these are two data types. So in Python, you can do something called list of set and convert this set into a list. You can just compare this list with this benchmark list. In this case, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 compared to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, the ordering here doesn't matter. So don't worry too much about that. If it's 1, 2, 3, if it's 3 to 1, doesn't matter when you're comparing two lists. Okay. So in this case, it's not equal to, therefore we know the answer is you can't. If you do the same thing over here, obviously you're going to get the set will be 1, 2, 4, and then 3. Right, and our list will obviously be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these two are equivalent. Therefore, the answer will be true, or that you become that guy. If that makes sense, we can go ahead and do this. You can try to implement this. There's another way you can do this also. It's where you take a dictionary and then you iterate through each of this and then set the value to true. Okay. Whenever it's there, and the benchmark will basically be 1 to n. You initialize this dictionary to all say false. Okay. And then iterate through both of these lists, and then whenever you encounter element, change the false to true. So the repetitions will be handled, because once false turns to true, next time even if it turns to true, it doesn't matter. So it handles that repetition or duplication case over there. And finally, you're going to want to iterate through the same dictionary and then check if everything is true. Even if one is false, the answer is going to be no. Now obviously both of these are good sound approaches. Whatever you want to choose between either of them is all right. If you understand the problem now, attempt to do this yourself. If not, let's go ahead and see what this looks like in code. All right, let us start coding. The first thing that we need to take is an input, right? So that'll be n int of input. The next set of input, let me just go ahead and close all of these so that we can analyze the test cases. By the way, this is an extension. If you guys want to set this up, you can do so as well. So the next thing is going to get x, right? So that will be p, right? So let's do list of map of int comma input dot rstrip dot split, right? And then let's do the same for q as well. Now we need to understand that the first element of this list is insignificant for us, at least in Python, because we don't really care about the length of the list. So now we can simply say something like p is equal to p of 1 to the rest, and then q is equal to q of 1 to the list. This is basic list slicing. Okay, so then what do? We create a set, right? So I'm going to create a new set, and you can do so in a lot of ways. So I'm just going to do answer is equal to set, something like that, right? And then what I am going to do is for I in p, answer dot append of I, right? And then similarly for I in q, I'm going to do answer dot append of I. So now is where we take the benchmark, right? So the benchmark is going to be, let's just initialize some list, and then we do for I in range 1 comma n plus 1, which will be 1 2 3 and 4 in this case. If answer is equal to lst, go ahead and print I become the guy, right? Else go ahead and print oh my keyboard, right? If I run this, set has no append. Sorry. When you're using set, you have to use the add property. Okay, so I become the guy. What is the problem here? Let us go ahead and see what this print answer comma list, right? So, right, obviously, because if you're comparing two different set of data type, which is what we discussed before, you're comparing a list and a set here. So just put set or list of answer would be better actually, right? So okay, sorry, it's list. Right, you can see both test cases have passed. A lot of spelling mistakes here and there, but the code or the logic is still sound. I'm going to go ahead and submit this solution to see that it works. And as you can see, the solution has been accepted. I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. Also, if you have any alternate approaches as well, let us know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Until then, bye.